There we go. Like a pro.
I am amazing.
Oh, look at that. I don't know if you know what happened, but I'm assuming.
Well, because we've got a slightly different setup, I've got Abby on the multi-screen driving my laptop that's got all the software, all the streaming software on it. So
Right.
And so we can have you guys on one screen and all the stream and stuff coming through my laptop, and she's signed in on my laptop, so you've got a player's perspective, and I'm signed in on hers, so I've got my DM's perspective, but she's having to handle all the software.
I see.
Anyway, a quick recap. Last time, you guys were caught in a blizzard or a snowstorm, in arduous weather conditions either way, without significant winter gear or adequate camping supplies to see you through a night in the snow. You desperately searched for shelter. Unfortunately, not finding any within the few hours of daylight you had remaining, you pushed on, risking exhaustion into the night, just about coming across some shelter after an additional 3 hours of travel. You found a small cave that you decided to sleep in the entrance of before risking venturing further in. During the night, Stix spotted a series of strange glowing lights from deeper within the cave itself, briefly exploring before turning back without finding the source. He woke the party to warn them of what he'd seen, but you all decided it best to just set up some alarms and some security rather than investigate at this late hour, with a few of you having become exhausted during your extended travel period. During Arwen's watch, her little black baby dragon pet, Hugo, was adamantly searching for something outside in the blizzard, but being unable to locate it within the immediate vicinity, Arwen decided it was best to turn back and rejoin the group rather than push on in the search of whatever unknown disturbance had caught Hugo's senses. And the next day, when you explored the cave further, you were surprised by a pile of gold that turned out to be a mimic, as well as several swarms of horde scarabs that seemed to have attached itself to the mimic. The mimic was rather deadly, but you were stronger and able to overcome it. Exploring the cave a little further, you found there was an illusion on one of the walls that dispelled when Stix passed through it, and entered a more excavated area of tunnels that led you into a small chamber where some repeatedly respawning shadows and a poltergeist seemed to be coming out of several canopic jars. But once the jars were destroyed, they no longer returned. And it was what lies before you, with a couple of entranceways off this first main room, a single glyphed circle inscribed in the floor. And that seemed to react to your presence, calling out in a language that none of you spoke, and then, when none of you answered, reacting. The glowing glyph has now gone dull on the floor, and you find yourselves, as you are, just ready and waiting.
I have a question,
Yes?
which I meant to ask last week, but I didn't. These shadows and spectres and stuff,
Yeah.
obviously they're like, sort of like ghosts of people,
Yeah.
in a sort of way.
Mm-hmm.
Did they resemble any particular features of a race or a people?
Make an intelligence check for me, just as a retroactive recalling of what you might have seen.
Recalling of information.
Obviously, it being dark in this area, the only light being a single torch that Stix carries, and one of the creatures being invisible until revealed by a spell from Arwen. You didn't get a lot of details to see, but with a 16, you can pick out that the outlines of these creatures seemed inconsistent. The limbs and things were of disproportionate size. One arm potentially much sort of larger and more powerful than the other. These sort of the proportions weren't regular and symmetrical that you would expect off a human or an elf or something like that, where all your arms and legs are the same size.
Yours are. Okay, cool. In which case, I think we pick a way. Let's go with it. Which way, folk? I'm gonna say this way. Boop. What's up here then?
5 minutes. Alright, and I will.
Oh, no, that's sooner. Ooh.
Ooh.
There you go. And that is what you will see. Before
Is
you
that
have
a
wide, sprawling corridor? There are columns on either sides of the walls that hold empty braziers. That you would assume could potentially hold torchlight or something like that.
I think I'll just put my torch on those and light the place a little bit.
Yeah, there seems to be some oil or dry drags or something, or oil drags or something like that in there that burns to life, giving a little bit more light in the corridor now. And before you, there is a door, which is covered in a runic script. That you would recognise the script, but you wouldn't recognise the language the script is in.
Okay, it's like I know it's a message of some kind or some kind of language, but I don't know what language it's in.
Yes. Yeah, I don't believe any of you speak the language. I think we established last time that none of you spoke the language that this would be in.
Is it
Are
the
you
same as
sure this creepy place wasn't really just created by goblins? And it's not all in goblinoid?
Yes.
Sneaks home?
Is it in the same language as in the other room?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. In which casa? I'm gonna. How am I looking? How am I looking? Some of us are looking pretty rough. I got some lay on hands left. I've got not many spell slots left. Okay. I'm going to, first of all, when I use my channel divinity, give myself a second level spell slot.
Okay.
Because my channel divinity is useless against undead. Only fiends and fae. This is where we open the door and there's like a big demon or some shit. And I'm like, oh, well, useful. And then I'm going to give myself 7. No. 4 points of lay on hands. Nope, 5. 5 points of lay on hands. I have decided. 5. And unless there are any objections, I'm open the door.
Go for it.
Oh, it's a door mimic. It eats me. I'm dead. Fuck. Why would you do this to me, JJ, you bastard?
You walk up to the door.
Yes.
As you walk up to the door, the script lights up and glows, and you recognise the same phrase that was spoken beforehand.
What was it? Did we hit?
You heard the phrase, but you didn't recognise the language. So you can recognise it's a repeat of the same phrase.
I shout yes.
You shout yes?
Yep.
Nothing happens.
No,
I shout no.
Nothing happens.
Well, we tried.
Wait, so the door doesn't open?
The door does not open, no.
Okay. Your Klari. Y'all got any of them pick locks, lock picks?
I think so.
We need to get through this. But Minos speak the language, yeah?
This door actually just looks like a smooth stone panel. It doesn't have any visible hinges or keyholes or anything like that.
How robust does it look?
It looks like a stone door.
Yeah, but like, what cut? Like a thick stone or a thin stone? Like
You don't know. You can just see the front of the door. Can you tell how thick a door is just by looking at it?
yeah, definitely. I'm gonna turn into a bear and run at it.
You're going to turn into a bear and run at it.
I was just gonna say I could thunderous smite it, but
Oh yeah.
if that helps, or you can turn into a bear. I mean, I only have one first level spell slot left, so maybe you
turn into a bear and run at it.
Okay. Make a strength check as a bear.
It is just like a normal strength check, isn't it?
Well, yes, but you just use the bear's...
Oh, doobie doo!
I have a bear thing.
I want to be like
use
you.
the bear's stats.
Ah.
I want to walk like you.
See, this is why I should have written things down. I'm not very good.
It's true.
Oh, I've messed up. I need to...
It's like me. Can I like someone like you? Look for the bare necessity, the simple bare necessity. That's very quiet. Your sound's gone, guys.
So, Arwen, bear.
I'm trying to find bear.
Trying to find bear. What sort of bear?
A bear. A big one.
A brown bear or a black bear?
A bear.
I think it'll depend on...
Hold on.
He's just
black
looking
bear.
through your
That
book.
CR half is a black bear, which might be too difficult for you to turn into a
Oh, I
bear.
can't do any of the bears.
You can't turn into a bear. They're too difficult. It's too difficult to be a bear.
Too hard. I can be a baboon. They're quite.
They're not very strong.
It's not very strong. I'm just going to start shouting random words
What?
at the door.
Camel. Wait, have I ever seen a camel?
Oh my god, yeah! Why can you turn into a fly and like crawl under it?
I want to be a fly and crawl under it. Wait, is there a gap at the bottom?
The gap actually looks like there might... You're looking around, examining the door and things like that. You think that the door actually slides down instead of up. So if there is a gap, it'll be at the top.
Can I see it if there's a gap at the top?
Yeah, make an investigation check.
Oh, damn it. In.
Slide down instead of up. Oh, so
Yeah.
that's why it's open. I was trying to push it.
19. Yeah, you reckon that there is a groove that you could, as like a very small, potentially, squeeze through.
Could a snake get through it?
No, you think it'd be too small for a snake.
Okay, I will be a fly.
You're going to turn into a fly.
So a bee. I'd like to be a bee.
Not to be picky, but you can't turn into flying creatures yet.
Oh shit!
But you
Can
can
I
be something
be
like an ant.
A bee that can't fly.
A bee without its
A
wings.
flightless bee.
You know, according to all laws of physics, a bee should not be able to fly. Does that count?
Okay, I am an ant, but I look like a bee.
Okay, so you're like
I'm cute and fuzzy.
you're a fuzzy ant.
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
Little ants.
Some ants can fly.
Okay, where's
I
ant?
don't know if
I don't
there
have
is
to make any strength things.
No.
An ape. Anyway,
don't think they've statted an ant, other than the fact that I think it would probably have one across the board.
Just use the fly, but take away the flying speed. For what is an ant? But a fly that cannot fly.
yeah, I'm
Yeah, but-
I'm now a fly.
You're now so this is I think this is the first time you've done this.
Yeah, it is.
The first time you've wild shaped in front of anyone.
Yeah, so.
It's not hard.
So you guys watch.
Sploosh.
And so what does it look like when you turn into a fly?
I just go.
So you guys watch as Arwen stands there. She's like, I've got a great idea, and then all of a sudden, and very quickly, just there's
Well, I don't make a zzz noise.
oh no, that's true. Actually, no, sorry. I said fly. You're actually an ant. So all of a sudden on the floor there is this tiny. Just watch it. It's a bit like watching Ant-Man transform. Just down onto the ground.
Do I still have
Tiny
my
ant.
voice at the same volume?
No,
I think that would be funny.
unfortunately, as a fly, which again is not in the monster manual. I don't know why it would be. You cannot speak. As ants do not have the ability to speak.
Oh no.
I'm stuck on fly, but it is
I
an
am
ant.
an ant. Okay, I crawl up the wall.
Okay. It takes you a couple of minutes, but you know, ants move relatively quickly, so yeah, and you get to the top and there is a very tiny, tiny gap that you'd struggle to get any sort of tool or anything like that into. But as an ant you can squeeze through.
Nice. What do I see? Do I see riches and gold and shoes?
Ants operate underground a lot of the time, so it would make sense for them to have some sort of dark vision or blind sight. Funnily enough, there is no ant stat block that I can find in any of the books that I own, so
I would assume it's a very basic. You have like 1 hit point.
yeah, I'm pretty sure you're assuming sort of 1 across the board for all stats.
1 hit point, 5 feet walking speed. I would assume.
So you can make it through.
Because.
And on the other side, you see a large room before you,
Ooh.
in the centre of which is a single stone sarcophagus.
Oh, that's never good.
Is
That was
there...
one good time.
I don't know whether to change back yet or not.
Well, as you enter the room,
Oh god.
it's almost as if reacting to your presence, rising out of the coffin,
Oh, shit.
the spectral figure appears.
Oh, no. Oh, no. feels poorly planned.
I'm an ant.
This figure slowly rises out of the coffin. He's covered in sort of tattered bandages and things like that, covering most of their arms and torso and things. Their head is this weird sort of half human, half lizard face. One of the eyes you can see is much larger and has a slit, vertical pupil like a snake. And half their face is covered in scales. You can see as they sort of look around, their mouth is just permanently slightly open with very large fangs inside, and one of their arms is much more powerful, and this is where the majority of the bandages have fallen away. You can see this more powerful scaled limb just sort of hanging at their side with long spiked talons on the end of their fingers.
Oh no.
Oh.
Just rises out and just sort of casts its eyes over the room, but doesn't seem to see you just yet.
How? Oh god. Can I go back through the door and just wave my little hands
Yeah.
at
So
Stix?
So at this point, I'm going to say that you're still sort of gripping onto the door. You know the way an ant can grip the vertical surfaces.
Okay.
And so you only have to go sort of a few inches back up into the crack at the top in order to. You haven't yet sort of gone in enough to investigate what's on the inside yet.
Okay. Wait, have I seen? I've seen the guy.
You've seen the sarcophagus and you've seen this thing rise out
Okay,
of
that's
it,
fine.
but you haven't really investigated the immediate surroundings of the door. So Stix, you potentially see this ant sort of sitting on a glowing room, its antennae just flicking around.
Hi! Is that... I'm going to assume that's... What is it? This is awkward. How do... Can I try lifting the door? It probably won't budge.
I mean, yeah, you can try lifting the door. Roll a strength check.
Wait, lifting it? I'm on the top of it.
Well,
Jesus
you've come
Christ.
down. So
okay.
When you go through, you go like where it sits inside the frame. You essentially go up, above, across the top of the door, and down the other side. So for Stix to see, you have to climb over back to the other side.
No.
Strength athletics or just strength?
Strength athletics if you want. Unfortunately, Stix, there's nothing at the bottom of the door for you to get a grip on, so you're trying to lift by essentially just putting your hands against the stone itself and just the friction of your hand on the stone. You're just trying. You can't get your fingers in anything to get any purchase, and you can't lift.
Okay. Can I try putting my sword underneath? Is there like any room for me to like jam my sword under there and then try and angle? Wait, no! I've done this before. I have a friggin' no, I don't have a crowbar. Shit, I thought I had a crowbar. Do you have anything? There is apparently something in here, according to the tiny ant on the door. It's waving. It's very... I'm assuming that means it's safe.
I do a little ghost move with my tiny ant hands.
Okay.
Well, you've done a finger, so it's just sort of you waving your hand up and
No, this is waving. This is ghost. Obviously.
Okay, Arwen, make a performance check at disadvantage. Stix, make a perception check.
Oh no! Oh, I have an idea. If I used speak with animals, do I think I'd be able to speak to her?
Thank the Lord.
Yes. You would be able to.
Shit.
I still
Shit,
want to do this
I'll
before
stop
we-
there. But
2.
fuck, I'm gonna have to do it. That's -2 spell slots. Why have they added minus spell slots? What the fuck? Alright. I can't speak with animals.
Okay.
What's the lowdown?
There's
Tiny
a ghost.
person?
Did you not
Oh.
tell by my...
No, you are tiny to me. I couldn't even see you were doing that.
A great ghost move.
Maybe for like an ant,
Yeah.
but for me, looking at an ant, I'm thinking that just like rubbing its hands together like ants do, doing ant shit. I don't know. What's it like being an ant?
Small.
Ah,
Please don't step on me.
I will try. Wait. So there's a ghost in there.
There's a big coffin
Does it-
thing, and he just...
Does it look like there is any way in?
I don't know, I just saw a ghost and I thought I'd let you know. I'm just going to go in and have a look. I'd like to go in and have a
Okay.
look.
Yeah, you climb back through this very tiny gap over the top of the door, and when you first get back down into the room, the figure of the ghost just nope, not quite like that. Just sort of nope, that's too much whistling. Just softly rises out of the coffin again. Sarcophagus looking around, just see the same figure, just sort of again casting its eyes around. Doesn't seem to see anything.
Is there like a lever or a button?
Make an investigation check
Oh no.
to investigate the door.
Investigation. Oh fucking hell.
8. It takes you a while. Stix, you, Neo, and Klari are all just stuck waiting on the other side of this room. You've got no sound or anything like that from Arwen for sort of 15 minutes or so. What are you doing in this time?
Freaking the fuck out is what I'm doing. Neo, you can't speak this shit, right? You don't know what this. You know what this is. You know what this means.
No, Neo does not speak the language that this is written in either.
Motherfucker. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. I am going to. I'm gonna do something.
Before you do something stupid, Stix.
Okay.
Maybe Klari can try and analyse the language and see if she can see similarities with other languages, work out what it says.
Yeah, I mean, you can make an investigation check again to investigate it.
Investigation.
14. So, yeah, you recognise the runes this language is written in. They share the same runes as several other languages, but you don't. It's almost like it's like speaking something like French or something like that. Although they use the same alphabet that we do, you wouldn't necessarily be able to, read all the words based on how it's written.
Okay. Back to my original plan. 6, 18, dog, muppet.
So while Stix is shouting random words at the wall, you do eventually
18, dog,
Find
muppet,
a
or
lever
fork.
on
Interesting.
one side of the door.
I ant jump on it.
No, you are an ant. It does not budge.
I ant jump on it again.
It doesn't budge. It still doesn't budge.
Fine, I'll be me again
Okay.
and sit on it.
You turn back into yourself.
Yep. I like fall on it.
Okay. So, as you transform back into yourself, this figure that's just sort of been floating over the top of the coffin, just its eyes immediately snap towards you, and it starts rushing through the air towards you.
The lever is pulled. I was on the lever.
As you fall to the ground, the lever is pulled, and there is a sort of grinding of stone, and the door begins to lower.
Woohoo!
You can just hit elephant, Wozniak, knife.
And will everyone please
Blake.
roll initiative?
Oh, that sucks.
Asphyxiation. Yes. Yes, but in Dwarvish. Dwarf. Cat. Millipede. Stick.
Millipede.
Globe. Land. Sea.
Sticks, the door is open.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Okay. So,
Carried away.
what have we got? Let's have a
Wait, which one was it? Which one? I got it, guys.
I need to remember it for the next time there's a door.
Make the word flat. Open the door.
I bet it fucking did.
Okay.
Flatulation.
So,
Open the door.
Yeah, which means that one of them must be flatulation. Or fart. Or bottom. Maybe. JJ to set up the initiative.
so, up first we have Klari.
Oh gosh, that's bad.
For you, Klari, the door has not yet started moving at this time for you. You just hear the sort of grinding of stone and a little bit, and there's a small vibrations through the corridor and a little bit of dust falls down, but the door is on count 20 has not yet started moving.
I see. I'm just gonna pull out my daggers inspiration in case there's something needlessly.
Okay. Also on initiative count 20 is Le Ghost. It's just swoops towards you, Arwen, as you are now clearly visible in humanoid form, and goes to swipe at you. That's a natural 1.
You suck.
So this thing raises its ghostly clawed hand and swipes down at you, beginning to sort of still on the ground a little bit from having transformed, crouch low, just sort of duck and roll out the way. And the door is moving downwards. Stix. The door's about 25% open. There's about a 2-foot gap at the top now on your turn.
2-foot gap at the top now.
Yeah, you can't see Arwen at the moment, or the ghost either, potentially, just through this gap, the door being about sort of 6 foot high at the moment.
Can I try and jump through it? Like, is there enough space that I think I could maybe, like, crawl?
Make an acrobatics check to squeeze through.
Bolt up and over?
Yeah,
Like
it'll be an acrobatics check to try and, like,
On
quickly
down.
squeeze your way through this gap. 3.
Plant into the stone.
So Stix, you jump up and grab the top of this thing, but you also, as you like jump up and like grab the edge and pull yourself up, you pull yourself a bit too high, and you just thunk your head on the top of the door frame, and your hands just slip, and you're left like with your feet hanging down on one side, your arms hanging down on the other side, just seeing stars. And that's going to be the end of your turn, if you're just left sort of like hanging over the edge of this door as it slowly lowers to the ground.
Ow! I'm fine.
There's not much that Neo can do, unfortunately, as this door is slowly lowering. Stix is currently blocking the hole. So Neo's just gonna run up and just hold his action that if anything comes within range on his turn or before his next turn, he's gonna take a swing at it. And we go to Arwen. The doorway is probably now about 4 feet down, by the way, Arwen, and you can hear the sort of the moans of Stix behind you as he's slowly lowered on this door.
He's got that. He's got that under control. I can tell.
Okay.
Am I on the floor?
No, you were sort of dropped and just landed.
Okay.
But you were like low down.
Like a superhero landing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a Black Widow, one leg extended out to the side.
Okay, I want to... I'm still down there. I'm going to try and whack him with my staff.
Okay.
In the ghostly legs.
Yeah, go for it.
Boom.
24 does hit.
And it goes straight through him. That was 2 hands.
Okay, so as you swing at this ghost, your staff like sort of passes like through it, and a little bit of sort of the essence of the ghost is sort of like dissipated like mist, but most of it is reformed next to it, and you don't really feel like your wooden staff is having that much effect.
Cool.
I think actually, is your staff magical?
It is.
Just hover over the numbers to hit. No, it's not.
Oh, is it not? Well, it makes magic.
Hover over the roll to hit.
That one.
No, it's not magic.
Oh, but if I use my staff, I create whatever
Yeah,
the staff magic.
I'll think about that one. Whether or not it should be magic or not.
Entangle.
I will. That possibly should be, but we'll see. As it's not right now, we'll go with not right now.
Can I do it again?
You can hit again, yeah?
Can I go again?
Yeah, go for it.
Swish.
18 hits.
8.
Yeah, 8. Again, which gets halves to 4.
And I can do Colossal Slayer now, because I've hit it once.
Yeah.
Boom.
So that would be 13 halved to 6, actually. Okay, anything else on your turn?
Nah, I'm good down here.
Okay, we go back to Klari.
Wait, am I in front of the door? Actually, I'd like to move.
Okay. Yeah, you can just move away.
Oh, just go back.
We go to Klari. At the end of the round, Klari, the door has finally reached the ground and settled, leaving this entranceway completely open, other than a prone Stix on the ground.
Okay.
And you can see that as this lowers, Arwen is sort of taking swipes at this ghostly figure wrapped up in bandages, its face half revealed with these scales is the word I'm looking for, with these scales over it. It's one eye sort of glowing with this vertical pupil, and its one arm is very muscular and covered in scales as well, with these talons on it that you can see. And it's just sort of hovering in the air.
Here. to throw a fireball at it.
Yeah, go for it. Unfortunately, a 10 misses. You throw out this firebolt, and in your haste to sort of rush forward with it to get a bit closer, you just hurry your aim, and it just shoots off and explodes against the wall on the far side. Anything else on your turn, Klari?
No, that's it.
Okay. On its turn, the ghost moves over towards... actually, no, the ghost backs up, hovering over the top of its thing, and its face twists and its jaw distends, and its eyes glow wide, and its hair, short, which was floating softly, now sort of like stands up, floating all around its head, and it's like, for example, it screams and roars at you all, and this horrifying scream pierces you all. Can you everyone make a wisdom saving throw?
Oh, dear Lord.
+4.
Oh, +4.
Fine. Stix passes. Arwen passes just.
Woohoo.
Klari.
2 seconds.
Klari, you fail. Even with the +4 from Stix. From Stix. Fortunately, it saves you by failing from 5 or more, which would have had additional effects. But Klari, all of you feel this wave of this scream, this horrifying visage on the creature's face wash over you, and you all manage to steel yourselves, just about pulling through, with the help of Stix's aura. All except for Klari, you are now frightened. Which means you have disadvantage on attack rolls while the creature is in line of sight of you, and I believe that's it. But you can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns. I mean, you cannot willingly move closer to the creature as well. Yeah, you have disadvantage on all attack rolls and ability checks while you can see this ghost.
Oh. Wait, that's Klari?
That's Klari, yeah. Klari is frightened. But you can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns.
Okay.
Everyone else, you are immune, I think, to this effect for the next 24 hours.
Yay! So let's kill this thing in a day? Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Stix, it's your turn.
The door's open now, right?
The door is open. You are prone, having been knocked and essentially ridden this door to the ground.
Excellent. Alright. I will stand up with 15 feet, and then I'll move 5, 10, 15, straight up. Right. Oh, pardon me. Right in its face. I haven't actually taken the opportunity to have a look at the token yet. Because that looks kind of cool. Oh shit. Right in his face. And I'm going to slap him with my sword.
Oh, okay.
Not an actual thing. I'm assuming it's a little bit light in here. Like how, because obviously I lit a bunch of torches,
Yeah, there is
sort of around.
light spilling in from the sconces outside.
Cool. I have dark vision, so that makes it bright light, which means I can use my sword with 2 hands. Because I don't have time to pull out a shield. That shit takes time. Shit.
Yeah, an 11 will not hit. It is going to get a little bit of cover being raised up. A 17, though, will hit.
Fuck. Yes. 2-handed. Shit. Why? Why is 2-handed always bad? Yeah. 2-handed. And then I would rather like to... There's nothing I can do. I don't have any bonus actions.
Okay. So 8
And
damage.
I just... Oh, won't smite on. So yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay. Neo's turn. Neo will run in 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Go on the other side. And he'll make 2 attacks. The first one will hit. And the second one will hit. So he does 5.
Look at Neo, hitting everything.
14. So he does another 7 damage to it. And he takes these 2 swipes again, his glaive passing through, like, dissipating a little bit of its essence. You can see it sort of being dragged out through, as a weapon strikes through, only for most of it to reform back into the body of this creature. And as it's taking damage, you can see sort of, it's almost like the bandages around it are being pulled away, and you can see the flesh underneath is scaled but also decayed. And we go to Arwen again.
A 15-foot cone.
Mm-hmm.
Where is that?
So, a 15-foot cone is, if you essentially draw a line, 2 lines coming out from you at right angles, 15 feet. So if I draw it on the screen for you. So from where you are, a 15-foot cone goes like that, and like that, and then obviously curves a bit. So that's how a cone looks. Cones are massive because they are cast at sort of 45 degrees.
Is if I stand,
If you moved a little bit closer, you could get the ghost, but you would also get at least one of your companions.
yeah, that's the problem. I was gonna stand here.
Unfortunately, Neo has ruined that by running in to get flanking.
Uh,
5, 10, 15. Oh, Neo, you stupid boy. No, I'm just gonna hit it instead.
Okay, go for it.
Should I stab it? Yeah, why not?
Yeah, that'll hit. One-handed.
And I'm gonna do it again.
13, that also hits.
Oh my god.
And your daggers are magical, so they deal full damage. So that's 17, 20. 20 damage. Yeah. Okay. So you run in and your daggers cutting quickly across this thing, and the, sort of almost slicing the bandages and things off it. They seem almost the more corporeal aspect of this thing, and now you can see that this creature is pretty much half scaled down one side. The leg on the same side is this clawed foot with these talons on it. and then you dart away again, mobile feet allowing you to avoid attacks of opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Is that everything on your turn?
Yeah.
Okay, Klari, your turn.
I can't move forward at all, can I?
You
Is
can't
it
move
with,
towards it, no. You are still afraid of it.
When do I get to roll the saving throw again? Is
At
it
the
beginning or
of
end?
your turn.
Can I still attack it?
Yeah, you can still attack it. You have disadvantage to do so, but you can still attack it.
I will try another time.
16 hits, yeah, go for it. Roll damage. Bloody hell, 17 fire damage. As this bolt of fire flies across the room from Klari and passes straight through the middle of this thing, it starts to catch fire and burn almost, and the ethereal sort of smoky substance that makes up this ghost form just starts to burn and catch fire, and the ghost, no, as it just is consumed by this fire.
Is it dead? Oh.
Shit.
Well,
Oh.
Good.
Well, I was afraid for nothing. Huh. Alright. Should have stayed as an ant. Alright, moving on.
Looking around this room in detail now, you can see this coffin, this sarcophagus, is ornately carved with many draconic figures. And indeed, covering the lid itself is a picture, is almost like a picture of like 5 draconic heads rising out of the ground, so that it almost looks like these 5 draconic heads are rising out of the sarcophagus itself. There is also a matching similar picture on the wall of a 5-headed dragon standing resplendent. This is the first thing of colour you have seen, with everything else that's just been carved from bare stone, but this has been beautifully enamelled and painted, you can see. A lot of it has flaked off over time, leaving bare stone underneath, but you can still see the intricate detail of this. And there is a small crowd of people kneeling in subjugation before this creature as it sort of stands there, its wings spread, almost beating the air. And at the head of these figures is you can see one of them is just sort of bowed low, holding up a glowing object. It's not glowing, it's painted and enameled to look like a glowing object, offering it to this mighty 5-headed dragon.
What's the object?
It's just it's almost like they're holding light in their hands itself. The object itself is too small in detail to actually actually see anything.
Well, that's good. Oh dear. I kind of want to look inside, but last time we opened a sarcophagus thing, zombies were made.
Zombies were made.
If you want to open it, you can make a strength check.
Oh, we should. Okay, on the one hand, I think there could be undead under here, and they should be laid low. But on the other hand, what if it's already a thing that is dead, and by disturbing it, we are creating undead, which we therefore have to kill?
Or it could be a 5-headed dragon.
Or it could be a 5-headed dragon. In which case,
Absolutely. Let's do it.
The sarcophagus is large, but no more. You'd be able to tell just by looking at it. No more large than just a sort of a large stone-walled sarcophagus for a single humanoid. You could conceivably stuff several humanoids in there, like you could with any coffin, but it would be safe to assume that there would only be one in there. Also, Ben, you've still haven't got your camera on, just in case you finish.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I completely forgot about
That's alright. Just so we can see your
Fair
lovely
enough.
faces.
that. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use another of my divine senses.
Yeah.
Uh,
We established last session when I made the mistake that it's, because I didn't read it properly, that it's only line of sight.
oh,
So
yeah.
It's not behind total cover.
Bastard. Oh, go on then, let's open the goddamn thing.
Hell yeah.
Alright.
Curiosity killed the group of adventurers.
Okay. Based on Arwen's enthusiasm, I'm guessing she's helping you
Oh
with this.
yeah.
So one of you can make a strength check with advantage.
Alright, I got it. Strength or strength athletics?
Strength athletics.
Okay.
Question thing? 25. So yeah, this is a heavy lid, and you don't think without Arwen's help you would potentially have been able to push it open. But between the two of you, there's this grinding of stone, just sort of, and you just slowly manage to push it open, and just sort of turn it, pivot it through the angle so you can see the body inside. The body is much as it was in its ghostly form. It is just this desiccated, sort of dried out husk of a mummified figure, and poking through gaps in the bandages you can see these sort of scaled bits and these talons. The body is, you immediately recognise, is that of the ghosts.
Oh shit.
And lying beside it there is a handful of gold coins and a small, the handle of a weapon that you can see.
We're not thieves.
What a cliffhanger, as Ben freezes. We're not thieves, he says, and then holds that pose for 5 minutes.
We are not thieves. We shouldn't steal from dead things. Shouldn't steal from the dead. They're dead. Leave them sleep.
Yeah, but the dead tried to kill us.
The dead did. No, the undead did. The dead didn't. The undead. Undead, it's fine.
Yeah,
Nick from them what you want. The dead. It was a ghost, but now it's not a ghost. Oh, I guess it was a ghost of him.
Yeah.
He died. Those tried to kill us.
Whatever. You guys do what you want. I ain't touching it.
I mean, I'm still against taking the dead money, but
Dead money.
not out of respect for the asshole who just killed us. Tried to.
I'll get cursed.
Okay.
I've got it.
You pick up the mace. You taking the money as well?
Yeah.
Okay, you find 38 gold pieces.
Woohoo! What a great day. Maths. 7, 8. Oh no.
399.
Thank you.
Yeah, and the weapon, as you draw it out, you can see is this large, it's quite heavy, but it's this spike-headed mace, and the spikes on it actually have these they're all sort of misaligned and sort of not linearly arranged, but they all have these slight backwards bending curves to it, like fangs or claws or spines of a scaled lizard-like creature.
This really doesn't fit my aesthetic.
And all these spikes on it have these slight ridges running down them like a dragon's spines.
It's so cool, but I can't go hauling a mace around. That's really not for
You
me.
can take it with you if you want, or you can put it back.
Does anyone want it?
Let's take it with us. It might be worth something.
True. I'll put it in my bag.
The weapon you notice.
Can I put it in my bag?
Yeah.
Okay.
is,
I mean,
you know, this solid is a sort of a solid steel construction, and has this sort of burnished polish to it that you notice hasn't been diminished by time. You know, something like this, if you ordinarily left it in a tomb like this, would rust and decay and things like that. But the weapon itself is, you know, it's fairly pristine given, you know, the amount of time you suspect it's been laid underground.
Oh. Okay, hold on. Give me the mace for a second.
Oh, okay. Here you go.
Yeah.
I want to. Can I, just give it a swing, give it a bit of a test, see if it's, see if it does anything, if it's special in any way.
Yeah. Make an attack roll for me.
Just like a general
just
sort
a
of.
straight. Just make a you know, just make a roll a strength check for me. Just straight strength to just see.
Then add 3,
So,
I guess.
19. Yeah. So you take a few moments. You swing this around. You know, swing it backwards and forwards, and it sort of, you know, whistles through the air as you strike with it. It seems well balanced. You know, it's top heavy like a mace, but it's not overly heavy like some weapons are. You know, it feels like a decent, solid weapon, and again, you know, looking at it, it looks well made, and it's, you know, sustaining well, given its. As I said, you know, you'd expect something made out of mundane steel potentially to rust away, given the state of the corpse.
I'm intrigued. Pardon me. No, I'm very intrigued, but I don't want to steal things from dead people. I feel like that's like a big no-no in the whole God, holy thing.
It's fine. I'll steal it for you, and then I'll give it to you later as a present.
I don't think that's how it works, because then I have a double stolen thing.
No.
Well, no, then I still have a stolen, and now I know this is stolen. That might have worked. We weren't here together, and
I'll
you're
give
like,
it,
hey, I've got a
2
face. And
months,
I'm like, oh, thanks.
and you'll have
You
forgotten
stole it.
about it.
That?
I'll give it 2 months,
Yeah,
and you'll forget,
right.
and then I'll gift it to you.
Oh dear God, where would it be in 2 months of in-game time? Shit.
Well, that's going to be like a year of real time.
Yeah. The world's either ended or we're perfectly fine. Oh God.
You start with a random mace. Oh, cool. What does it do? DM? Fuck knows.
Yeah, if you just hold on to it for a little while, and we'll investigate it when we get out of here. I feel like that might have something. Is this another door to the other way? Okay, I'm gonna first try and pull the sarcophagus lid back over.
Okay.
Cover them back up. A bit of decency.
Make another strength check for me.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Okay, Arwen's going to help.
La 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 la.
25, yeah, you're able to slot it back in place, no problem.
Clunk. And then I'm gonna go check out the door.
Okay. This one seems a much more regular door, made out of wood as opposed to stone. Seems much more basic, although it has quite a large amount of ironwork on it that is in varying states of decay, having rusted a lot over time. So while this door was probably once quite ornate and quite beautiful in the carved ironwork upon it, it's now quite rusted, and you can see where sort of moisture has reacted with the rust and sort of dripped down and left big sort of rust streaks in the wood of the door.
Okay. Give it a good push or pull or whatever. It's
Yeah.
keeping it, I don't know.
You grasp the handle, and as you pull, the handle literally just rips out of the door, as it's all like rotten and.
Motherfucker.
It was a push.
And, large sort of like you're left just sort of like holding like this handle, and there's just like this splintered hole where it like used to be in the door, and there's just you can see a small hole to the other side.
I'm not quite sure how to handle this situation.
Excellent.
Christ.
Shoulder barge the door.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna make you roll. This door is so rotten that you just plow straight through it and just get covered in sort of splinters and bits of dust as this door just turns to smithereens. The sound of its destruction echoing down the corridor that's beyond. It is concealed in darkness.
Dark.
The light from the chambers, or the light from the torches you initially lit up, not penetrating this far.
That's fine, because I will light another torch.
Okay, you light a torch.
Oh, why do I keep doing that?
Dungeon delver, dungeon delver, dungeon delver. 3 torches left. Oh, that's a thing.
Here's all I did.
Thing randomly grabbed the screen.
Oh.
Because you've got it on pan view.
No. I was on this, and I was trying to move me, and it went ploop. It was very.
Yeah.
Can't tell you. So, can I get a marching order as you're going down this corridor? These ones are much tighter.
I think what I'm going to do. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my shield out
Yeah.
in one arm and then the torch out in the other, and I'll lead the way.
Okay.
I'll go second.
Arwen second. Looks like Klari third, and Neo bringing up the rear. So you get to this crossroads. To your right, you can see another door that looks to be in a similar state as the one you've just broken down. This one is even less, or has even less ironwork on it. It just seems to be a very basic door.
Very basic door. That's what they all say.
Oh, we're off.
Okay.
Chunk.
Okay. Just reveal a little more for you.
Oh,
Okay, so you get to, again, it's another door once again in a similar state to the other ones you've gone through. This one is just made out of wood that seems to be dry and rotten, the rust flaking off.
I would like to open it. Sort of barge it with my shield. See if it budges.
Yeah, it just sort of splinters in its frame, and just like half of it just sort of swings. Like the top half just sort of swings open. The bottom half just sort of crumbles to the floor.
What's in here?
For you is revealed a
woo. Yeah.
That doesn't really work.
Fucking small woo. I'll very tentatively enter.
Okay. Inside, you see a series of small wooden benches covered in a large quantity of tools and things like that. On the wall, there are a number of parchments sort of tacked up with nails and things like that. And there's also several jars and things scattered around.
Could I investigate the parchments? Are they all written this weird language?
Yeah, roll an investigation check for me.
Stix, the Wanderer. Investigation. Oh. 40.
Okay.
Not terrible. Could have been better.
Investigating the parchment, and the parchment specifically, you find there seems to be a series of diagrams that denote people with in various stages of transformation between human and sort of part human, part dragon. So people undergoing various either operations or imbibing things or undergoing enchantments in various ways, and around it again is this notation in the language that you don't understand, and you can see, you know, that there's pictures of a human, and then the next picture is sort of like the human has a large cut on their arm and something is being inserted into the wound, and it's stitched up, and then, you know, a few pictures down, this human's arm has now become this large scaled limb, muscular and powerful with these draconic claws and things at the end.
Jesus. Like someone's doing some experimentation. This is rather strange.
I mean, I like dragons, but not that much.
Yeah. Okay. I don't like this place now.
Other things within the chamber itself, if anyone else wants to look around, as Stix sort of walks in and moves over to one of these walls and starts studying these series of parchments on the wall. The desks themselves and things like that have a variety of tools on them.
I'll have a look.
There was certain jars and stuff, wasn't there? As well.
There's jars and things on the floor.
Do I need to investigate?
Yeah, roll an investigation check. 9. Yeah, so you start rooting through these jars, and a few of them are empty, and they bear a resemblance to the jars you smashed right at the beginning that contained the shadows and things like that. They have these carved dragon head lids to them, and seem to be these similar canopic jars that these shadows and the poltergeist spawned out of. And then you find one other jar, and then it looks empty at first, but right at the bottom you find just 2 green dragon scales.
Can I have them?
Yeah.
Mine now. Green dragon. Is it C or K?
C. Anyone else? Clary, what are you doing whilst Arwen's sort of on the floor under one of these desks, sort of looking through jars, and Stix is over at one wall studying?
Like Clary would probably join Stix and read these parchments. I do roll. English. Way to roll.
Roll an investigation check for me while you look through everything.
No! Thrown by Stix's dashing looks.
So yeah, Kara, you come in and Stix is sort of beating you to it, and he started examining these things, and he's just sort of standing there looking at them, and you start to see what's going on. You want to take a look yourself, and you go to reach up for one of these parchments to like bring it down and bring it a bit closer to the light, and as you grab it and sort of start lifting off the wall, the whole thing is so dry and brittle it just crumbles.
Look what you goddamn did. It's fine. I'm sure it was nothing important. Probably. Maybe. Could have been really important. Good job. Oh well. So what's left? We done the parchments, we done the jars, and there was the desk.
Yeah, the
What was
desks
that?
themselves have just a series of what look like surgical tools and things like that. Again, some of them have sort of rusted and things like that. They seem to be of a better quality, more sort of durable steel as opposed to iron that makes the doors, so they have survived a little bit better. But they are sort of tarnished and spotted with rust. But there seems to be a set of like surgical tools and very basic ones at that, sort of large knives. So, a few sort of bone saws, things like that.
Yeah.
And what have you.
Yep.
Sorry.
I'm not picking them up.
Yeah, no, me neither. That's kind of gross. I think we're done here, chaps.
Mm-hmm.
To the other door. So, what we learned some weird ass experiments going on here. That's not comforting.
Where's my mouse? Oh no.
Going in the same order.
Probably.
Yeah, I think that works well.
Okay, Neo at the back. Don't know why that's doing that for you, because it's never done it for me.
So annoying.
But yeah, you get to the door, and this door seems to be this one is made from stone again, and again as you approach, these rooms light up in a language that none of you speak, but you might be able to hazard a guess at what it is.
Dragon. Why didn't I point Hugo at it?
Mm-hmm.
Does he know his dragon ABCs?
It's true.
Hold on. I know he speaks Draconic, but I don't know if he can.
This.
One, two, three.
It's easy as so
He
rainy.
understands Common and Draconic, but cannot speak them.
Can he let me know what it's the vibe is?
Yeah. So I'll say yeah. So Hugo looks at the script on the wall, and he can't give you an accurate. He can't read it for you or anything like that, but he can read it, and he sends you sort of a picture of a graveyard. So It is an image you would have recognised walking through one of the towns. There would have been a small church with a graveyard, and he just sort of flashes back, and you get that image that he remembers of, sort of gravestones and things like that scattered around. And again, as you approach, these lights light up, and this voice speaks to you.
Is the voice saying "go away"? Or is it saying what kind of thing is it saying?
So Hugo gives you a series of sort of quick images of like a locked door and sort of like some like a letter and various other things, like someone sort of whispering in someone's ear, things like that. So you can draw your own conclusions from that, or you can make just make a straight intelligence check to see if you can gauge
intelligence.
Just straight intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Or insight. That's 15. So you get the sense that this is, as Stix potentially guessed before, looking for a password to enter.
Dragon. Big dragon.
Brave. Death. Drake. Fire. Experiment.
Dragon home. Dragon cave. Dragon horde. Flying.
Gold.
Again, unfortunately, none of this seems to have the desired effect.
What if I present a dragon?
You could do.
like those eye scanners.
Unfortunately, none of this seems to have any effect on the door, and the runes go from blue to red.
Wait. What if I go up to Hugo and give his little belly a poke and see if he'll do his little acid breath on the door?
Don't poke him. You're supposed to aim it at you.
You can.
Make you little like.
So you kind of want to squeeze him like a hot water bottle, just.
Yeah, want to like burp him.
Just burp him like a little baby.
Yeah.
Get your hands off my child.
Make an animal handling check for me.
Animal handling check. Interesting. I'm only going to +1 in this. That's really awkward. That's Klari. If she only has a +1, that means Stix has got +0. So let me tell you, that ain't gonna be better. Yes, it is gonna be better. Look at that.
Yeah, so you sort of like give him a little like tickle under the chin and a little scratch on the belly, and he like breathes out this little like acidy cloud on the door that just sort of like like the little fog sort of rolls against the door and it dissipates into the air.
It's the first time he's done it in the wild.
But yeah, the runes just stay red. They nothing happens.
Can I poke the runes?
Yeah, they seem to be sort of like carved into the stone themselves. And as you get closer, they have activated, and the recesses that are carved are glowing blue.
It's draconic. It's a door.
Open sesame.
Going on.
Please.
Neil will say in the back to you all, there were a couple of rooms we passed. Maybe there's something in there that tells us what we need.
This is a valuable point. Where's that mace?
Oh.
Could have something to do with the mace.
Yeah, let's just
Okay,
whack
right.
it.
Pull out the mace and just tap it. Tap the door.
Are you tapping the door, or are you whacking? Because Arwen's got the mace. Are you just going to poke it with?
I'm just gonna
poke it with that, or are you going to hit the door?
Am I poking it or hitting it?
I was just gonna poke it. We want to be nice to the door gods.
I'll poke it.
Reach out. take the mace in both hands and slowly reach towards it. This red light casting this sort of dull red hue over the spines on the mace, and as you get close and just bonk against it,
Nothing happens.
nothing happens.
I whack it.
You whack. Okay, roll to hit. Just roll a
Don't you hit.
straight
your
strength check because I don't think you're proficient in mace.
No.
15.
Whack.
Okay, you whack the door. This big metal head like clangs against it and rings out, and my iPad falls over. And a small crack appears, and the runes on the door sort of flicker under the impact. Roll damage.
Oh shit.
1d6 for a mace.
Maybe we're making.
Actually, for the mace. 6 damage, yeah. So this small crack, sort of, this like crater-like point, like with the crack spider webbing out, maybe no more than sort of like 4 inches across. And when the mace strikes the door,
What's the dragon called?
I don't know.
Wait, I wouldn't know this. Would I know
Bahamut.
this? Oh, I know. I remember the name. What would I know?
you can make
The 5-headed dragon name.
you can make a history check.
Oh no, we found that little bit of information. Like, I'm just gonna start shouting Bahamut and Tiamat. And
But did it
Sadio.
say that was what it was called?
yeah,
You
it
find
said
a small piece of poem which I meant to put
Oh, yeah, completely.
yeah,
in the Discord for you during the week.
did. It was blessed be, not blessed. Something be Bahamut. Something of something.
Let me pull it up. I've put it on screen for you. I haven't put it on screen for you guys. I've just put myself on the screen. There you go.
World Kings.
So he hasn't even.
Oh, he meant to. Right. There it was. Breathe, dragon, singing the first world, forged out of chaos and painted in beauty, the singing Bahamut, platinum molding the shape of mountains and river song. River sing too, chromatic Tiamat painted all over, even for the canvas partners they woke, and the darkness partner they laboured in the acts of creation. So, yeah, I'm assuming if I just go Tiamat, Bahamut, either of these work.
Yeah, when you say Tiamat, the runes, they sort of flicker as they do so, having taken an impact from this mace. But they flicker and they change back from red to looks like there was a sort of a greeny glow. Maybe they were supposed to be green, but with the damage they're not quite functioning how they should. And the door again lowers into the ground with this sort of grinding of stone and a little bit of dust falling loose from the ceiling as it sort of shakes through. Mild tremors ripple through your feet.
Awesome.
For you is
Do
just
you
right.
think
Oh,
there's dragon people or dragons in there?
I got a bad feeling about this.
Like, maybe we should leave it alone.
Yeah, maybe.
And as the door lowers into the floor with a
Shit.
a red light glows on all of these tombs. What do you guys like to do?
I'm going in.
Question why I'm still with Arwen. He gets us into so much trouble. I mean, I'll admit I was the one that led us down here, but
Okay, as
you gotta play.
enter Arwen, rising out of the far coffins. These are much smaller, more modest, more coffin size than the great sarcophagus you saw before. Rising out of these two spectres. They slowly rise from and sort of turn towards you and they open their mouths and just sort of intruders. You do not belong here.
We know, and funny, we were just about to leave. Like, we were on our way out. Don't be your undead, aren't you? And that sort of not a paladin thing. Oh!
I will never leave alive from the temple of Neo.
Who?
Yeah, I've heard it all before. Let's just get this over with. Jokes. I'm not gonna say that. I'm just gonna. I'll shine my shield and a torch.
What if we tell them we're friends of Tiamat?
You can try, but you'll have to do
Yeah,
so after you've rolled some initiative.
But I said
Fuck.
it first. Oh, no,
So
I
is this
might have actually
something
said
like
it
when
first.
you get the password on your computer, but instead of it saying like reset your password, the dungeon just trying to reset.
Oh, you're rolling the undead dice for the undead.
Oh, JJ has undead dice.
Yeah,
That's
it's
scary.
from my Command Undead potion set.
Ooh.
Ones that Abby got me for my birthday. It was come in a little like potion jar.
Oh, I think you showed me that. That's cool.
Alright, so we have some initiatives to count. 22 from Arwen, 20 from Klari.
So you've just got the easy present idea now. If ever you pull back to it, just die.
Is first with a 22. And we've got Stix with a 20. We're actually going to have to work out. I think that was Neo on a 17. And I'm getting these books with monster stats in.
No, I'm about to persuade them.
Well, I just need to know what their initiative is. So
No, because I'm about to persuade them. I will go first, and that'll be the end of it.
Of course. I mean, just on the off chance. Okay, so they've got +0. So they're on a 5. And the other ones have rolled an 11, so they beat Klari. So I'll put them on an 11, don't know what the modifier is, but Klari, and then we've got those guys. So Klari was an 8, and they were a 5. Okay, Arwen, you are up first. There is some persuasion to be happening, I believe.
Persuasion. It's great. I persuade.
You could potentially get advantage on the roll if you say something particularly eloquent.
I was going to say, might I be able to assist in this venture
Yes.
of saying that we're friends of Tiamat by who's I'm just gonna start reciting
Look at
that
this
little.
reincarnation.
Okay, that's maybe going a little far.
Yeah,
But
that might be
I think having that little
stretching.
dragon.
It is the
Probably.
child.
That would be more deception than persuasion. However, is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn? You can say because you're using the amount that you would need to say to make a persuasion check. That will be your action.
Yeah.
So you still have your bonus action and movement.
I'd like to use my bonus action to deceive them.
This will be a disadvantage because of your perception check, but I will allow you to use your bonus action to try and deceive them. It's going to be fairly difficult.
I'm just gonna hug Hugo and put him under my jacket.
Just hide him away again.
Keep him safe. That's it.
So the two of them just all both like swivel fixate on Arwen and just lies.
Wow, genius.
Stix.
Okay. Okay.
All the while this is going on, from the 4 coffins surrounding you that nothing has yet emerged from, is just this dull thumping.
Oh no.
Oh.
This sort of rhythmically, just sort of poof, 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 as if something within is striking the inside.
Oh, it's laying down that sick beat. Oh fuck. What do I do? What do I do? We can't. Okay. I need a hand. See, I need a torch. But then I need a sword. But then I also need a shield, and I need something that does range. Hold on. Ooh. Hold on. Let me just read something a second. Goes good for further pain to raining damage. Only give your turns and you can use an action to move the beam 60 feet in any direction at high levels doing this as well. Okay, cool. I'm going to cast Moonbeam.
Gonna cast what?
And Moonbeam. 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder. I fucking hope that gets one of them. And I'm going to cast it. Which way was the thumping coming from, or was it just from all of them?
From all of them.
Shit. Okay.
So 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder, you say?
Yes.
Okay, there is your moonbeam, sir.
Oh. Yeah, yours is better. I'm going to use yours.
Okay.
Yours looks fancier. And more circular. I can't use yours. I've been deceived.
Yes. How does one?
It's fine. Just delete it. I'll draw mine back. So Moonbeam. You go to settings and then you stick it on there. And I'm going to stick it there so that this thing is in it. It needs to make a Constitution saving throw and it starts its turn, but right now nothing happened. And then as a bonus action, I'm going to do nothing. But I'm going to in 5, 10, 15. And okay, so I've got my shield up.
Yeah.
Still, a torch.
Yeah.
And can I just sort of crouch to give Arwen some cover?
Yeah. I mean, she'd get more cover if you were properly just standing in front of her than if you were like...
True, but then I'm sure she would probably, then I'm in front of her and she can't see around me. Surely.
Okay. Yeah, you can squat.
If that's how it works.
Yeah. we'll say you sort of like drop to one knee in front of her, so you'll lose a little bit of movement on your next turn from being sort of halfway to prone. You won't lose half your movement, but you'll lose 5 feet on your next turn.
Yeah, that's cool.
If you want to stand up from this position.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I'll then just stay like that, so that she has a bit of cover and she has light, and we all can see things, and I have Moonbeam.
Okay.
Excellent.
Does Moonbeam create light?
Unless it specifically states it creates light, it doesn't, unfortunately.
I think it does in its radius. I'd be surprised if it didn't. But keep going with the initiative order. I'm just going to read it. Yeah, dim light fills the cylinder. When a creature enters the spell's area for the first time, will start to turn there to engulfed by ghostly flames.
Okay, so the area itself is slightly illuminated. Neo just sort of like, well, I guess we're fighting then. And he'll go 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 30. He just gets up next to Arwen and he'll hold his action to attack if something comes within range. That's everything he can do on his turn.
This looks like some sort of superhero pose, like Stix is down in front, I'm in the middle, Neo's here, all we need is Klari on the other side. It's just...
Okay.
And then we move up like a goddamn army.
So on its turn, what sort of save does it need to make? Please, Stix?
It needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Con save. That's a
Hey, shake.
14.
That fails.
Okay.
So that is 2d10 radiant damage. That's really bad.
Is Moonbeam radiant?
Moonbeam is radiant damage.
Yeah, interesting. Doesn't have any damage vulnerabilities, but that is 8 damage.
What do you think?
I thought it was poison for some reason, but I don't know why.
If it fails, it also reverts to its original form and can't assume a different form until it leaves the spell's sight. I don't know if that's a big thing or not.
What's your spell save DC, sorry?
My spell save DC is 15.
It's 15, okay, so yes, it does. So it takes a full 8 damage.
Ha ha ha.
Then. Does it affect its movement speed at all?
No, it does not. It can just keep.
Oh, let's take 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, up to Stix. And
Do that.
it's
This is
gonna
fine.
make an attack against you. That is an 11 to hit.
My AC is 18, isn't it?
So swooping through these ghostly flames, sort of like slashing its arms in front of each other, it just comes up and tries to swipe at you, but it's almost sort of blinded by these flames and swipes where it thinks your head is going to be, but in your crouched position, it just passes harmlessly over you, raising your shield in case it tries to strike down at you. The next one is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Having seen you cast this spell, Stix is also going to go for you. There's a 14 to hit.
No, that doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit again. Sort of rushes up and sort of tries, just claws are sort of scrabbling and scraping on the shield, or like scratching the surface of it. But it's everything they can do on their turn. Klari, it's your turn.
I'm gonna roll that on. Win the team. 10, 12. Complete the pose.
Quickly jump, superhero pose, and then back to it.
Well, at 20, then I am sadly going to break the pose.
Let's go. Bigger. What?
Daggers, the way I said it.
Yeah, Shannon, you can't say that on stream.
I don't know.
The daggers, by the way.
Okay, yeah, so Klari runs up, slashing with her daggers. 22 definitely hits. Roll damage.
And sneaky.
5 damage. Yeah. Unfortunately, as you slash through, the damage isn't as effective, and even though you hit with a very potent strike targeting what would normally be a weak spot on one of these, on a humanoid creature, it doesn't do as much damage as you're expecting. So there's only, unfortunately, only 11 damage.
I don't know if I should run away or do it. I'm going to use my... Oh, how far should I go? 20, 30, is it? I'm going to use disengage as a bonus action.
Clary revs up the engine to run away. Yeah, disengage as a bonus action. Okay. Is that everything on your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. So, we need just one more dice. Where's my d20? There it is. So, okay. So all around you there is this thumping on these coffins going on, and you can see cracks forming in some of the lids. Oh, that is 3 out of 4. And bursting, coming out of these coffins comes. You come out. You come out.
Shit!
And you come out. These draconic, with elongated sort of draconic faces and horns and sort of spines going up the ridge of their head, carrying these big clubs or maces or weapons in their hand, sort of shambling as they've got sort of misshapen. You can see even the physical bone structure of some of these in places. Like one of them is this sort of great hulk with these, who definitely skipped leg day and had all the enhancements in the arms and the chest and things like that. And they're all skeletal figures with sort of ragged, dried strips of flesh on them as they rise out of these coffins. One of them is sort of all one side. He's got a very powerful arm that's wielding this club, and big, muscular, well, not muscular, but the bones on it. And the bones you can see are a different colour as well. They're not the white of human bones. They're darker and blacker. These bones underneath the surface of the skin. And they bust up out of these coffins, and that is about all they can do, having used their actions to break out. And they all just stand there. Actually, they've got some movement, so this one will circle around behind Klari and gets a bit closer to the door, and this one circles around behind Neo, blocking off the entrance. This one goes 5, 10, and just gets up and sort of gets up in Neo's face a bit. This one gets closer.
Can't help but feel like we should be here.
I'm not trapped in here with you, you're trapped in here with me.
Exactly.
But that's everything that they can do on their turns. Arwen.
I think it's time for stabbing.
Okay.
I'm gonna put Hunter's Mark on this green dude.
Okay.
And
so you are now concentrating on Hunter's Mark, and he has been. Where is the symbol for being shot by many arrows? There it is, marked by a hunter. 16 does just hit this thing.
I'm gonna do it hand.
One-handed, yes. So that is. Green. So that is 12 damage.
Huh? 26.
You hitting the same one?
Yeah.
Okay, roll damage. That definitely 26 definitely hits. So 7. And plus another 6. So let me just 10, 15 plus 14 is 29 damage. Jesus Christ. 29 damage, yeah, and this slices through, and you see like ribs and things shatter under the impact of her knife.
You cut out.
Yeah, it's alright. I think it's sorted.
Kill.
Yeah, is that everything on your turn?
Me.
Yes, Arwen.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, we go to Stix. Being a little hemmed in at the moment.
Yes. I'm going to move Moonbeam just here as my action. And then I have a question.
Yeah.
I think I know the answer.
Is it
but
action
going
or
to
is it a bonus action to move Moonbeam?
There's unfortunately an action to move Moon.
Yeah, because I know something with a bonus action to move.
Yeah. My torch.
Yeah.
I can't offhand attack with my torch, can I?
You can, however, you have to make the attack action to offhand attack.
Yeah.
And you have used your action to move Moonbeam.
Never mind then. I will stand there looking silly. Waving my torch in their faces.
Any movement at all,
or? No, because if I move... Actually, I'm going to move... Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move here so that this skeleton can't move up on Arwen.
Okay.
Who I know is concentrating on Hunter's Mark. Oh, but that means that... Oh, no, actually, I'm not going to... Can I wreck on that?
Yeah, that's fine.
I think because if I do that, and the Spectre moves up one, I can get the Spectre, that thing, in fire. Moonbeam. That's what it's called. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Everything on your turn? Okay, Neo's turn. Neo will... Between two, so he will go for he's a warrior, he knows what he's doing, he'll go for the injured one. He's taking a few shots from Arwen. That's one hit and one miss. So it's 1d10, and how many d8 is it for a first level Divine Smite then? Is it 2?
2d8.
Okay, so first level Divine Smite for 3d8 is... Oh, that's a 1, a 2, an 8. So 11 plus 6 plus 3 is 19? Or 20? 11 plus 9, 20. 20 damage to this guy in green. Oh, that's upsetting.
She dead?
No.
No.
You see, Neo sort of like thrusts with one cut of his glaive and gets deflected, but he reacts quicker and uses this opening to glaive glowing bright, strike through again, shattering a large sort of portion of the bones of this creature. It sort of recoils from the light, but sort of comes back, ready to swing at him. And that's everything he's going to do on his turn, because he's not going to move. These spectres need to both make a Constitution saving throw.
They do indeed. DC 15.
So the red one passes, the blue one fails. So is it half damage on a pass?
It's pass, yeah.
Okay. Roll damage.
Oh, that's so bad!
So the red one takes 3 damage. And as it is, these ghostly moon flames burn down on it. Its form just starts to be consumed, and it dissipates. Its figure destroyed by the ghostly flames.
Well, that wasn't so hard.
Blue one takes 6 damage.
What was I friggin' worried about?
Okay, Klari, your turn. Oh no, hang on, sorry. I forgot to actually take the Spectre's turn. Sorry, the Spectre is going to attack you, Stix. That's a natural 20.
Oh, shit. You make
So you take 11. Oh, that's a much lower roll. 17 necrotic damage. And can you make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw?
Yes, I can. Hold on. So that's 17 necrotic damage.
Yep. And I don't have my phone on me, do I?
It's under one of your books.
It is under one of my books.
And a DC 10 con save plus 5 to this. I swear to God! I swear to God! I swear to God.
Ooh.
Oh, I had a 25% chance to fail that. Still fucking failed.
You actually only had a 20% chance to fail that, because if you'd rolled a 5, you would have passed. Just to make you feel worse. So you take 17 necrotic damage, and your maximum HP is reduced by 17.
I worked so hard to get that up.
You are also dazed by this strike and have disadvantage on your next attack roll.
Well, that's good because I have Moonbeam.
Sorry, now it is Clary's turn.
Would I get my sneak attack on this one? Because
On the
well,
roll?
Arwen is.
Yes,
Yeah.
because Arwen is within 5 feet of it.
Oh, that's not gonna hit.
A 14 does just hit. So, yeah, Clary darting, and with it sort of paying slightly more attention to Arwen, you come in and surprise it and deal a nice solid 27 damage to it. Yeah, these skeletons don't seem to have resistance in the same way that some of the ghosts do to your mundane weapons.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna stay where I am.
You gonna say we are? Okay. Any bonus actions?
Actually, if I'm gonna say, yeah, I might as well do an offhand attack.
You might as well, yeah.
Yeah, go for it. Roll to hit. 23, that definitely hits.
That's 4.
4 damage. Nice. Okay. An extra little in the other hand sort of come around and gets a nice little sort of like underhand cut to the side of it. Okay, that ends your turn. Now it is the crafters' turns. Okay, so let's see what blue can do. Finally, with a spray of some dust and rocks across the room, this blue one breaks out and stands up, and the sort of the rubble of the coffin lid sort of scattered around it, and just sort of turns towards Ligior. That's everything it can do on its turn. Then Arwen, can you roll a d6 for me? On an odd number, green will attack you. On an even number, it'll attack Neo.
D6.
D6, yeah. Odd number Arwen, even number Neo. Okay, so green goes for Neo with advantage. That'll probably hit. Yeah, that'll hit. So makes its claw attack against Neo, which is 5 damage to Neo, and then it's going to make its club attack against you, Arwen, which it does without advantage. So it's only a 10 to hit you. Okay, so this thing sort of, with all the multiple targets, doesn't really know who to go for. It sort of like claws one hand at Neo and then swings its club towards Arwen. Neo's his attention focused elsewhere, just sort of takes this like big scratch down the back. You can hear the sort of like nails on a chalkboard sound as the claws scrape against his armour. How much damage did I say it was? 5, wasn't it? And yeah, and then this red one, having been attacked by Klari, is going to go for her. So there's a 19 to hit you, Klari.
Yeah.
And so that is 11 damage with the claw, and then the second attack is only a 9 to hit you. So
The second one?
It's only a 9 to hit you.
No, that doesn't hit.
So as it swings for you with the claw, it sort of scratches you, and you jump back out of the way as his club swings down. You manage to dodge out of the way of that one. And then purple will go for Neo with advantage. That'll be claw attack with advantage, and then that'll both hit. So it's going to be quite a lot of damage. Neo's both attacks from this purple guy swing down on him, both the claw and the great club. And that is 16 plus modifiers. 22 damage to Neo. As both these attacks, this claw sort of coming down, it doesn't quite have time to get the hand of the glaive in the way to parry, and this club takes advantage of the opening. Maths makes that
29.
Thank you. And that's everything they can do on their turns. And so we go back to Arwen.
It didn't hit me, so I don't have to make a check, do I?
No.
Awesome. Stab. 20.
20 hits, yeah, definitely.
Stab.
Which one are you going for?
The green.
The green one, okay. 9 damage.
Also with
yeah, so that is 15 damage.
dead yet.
As you strike into it with this dagger, it's sort of, you can see you've managed to sort of break many of these sort of brittle bones that formed. And it seems the ones that are easier to break are these sort of slightly duller, whiter humanoid ones, rather than these sort of dark grey, black, almost metallic with their shine on them, sort of dragonish bones. But yeah, as you strike it just deals sort of like a crucial point through a rib to the spine. It just sort of crumbles all the bones, whatever malevolent force was holding them up and keeping them together, just sort of, and then sort of clatters, all the bones fall to the floor.
Can I now hit the red one?
Yeah, you can.
I'm going to move my hunter's mark as well.
Yeah, so bonus action to move your hunter's mark.
13.
13 misses, unfortunately.
Damn it, that's fine.
Trying to scramble over these loose bones and rubble and things, trying to get to it, but it's just manages to move out of the way in time. Stix.
Y'all know what's coming. It's another move. Done.
Nice.
That's
Okay.
that's
It's your turn.
all I got.
No bonus actions, no movement.
No, I think I'm good where I am.
Okay, so sort of as you're in a little bit of a daze, your head's spinning, you manage to sort of drag this, use the magic to drag this moonbeam over the extra targets and sort of shake yourself out of it, adopting this defensive position in front of Arwen still. So then it's the Spectre's turn, so it will make a Constitution save, which it fails. So roll me some damage, Stix.
Alright. Let's get some damage up in here. Finally!
15.
A D10.
So these smoky, ethereal white flames burning down on it. And you can see its form is almost sort of flickering as whatever necrotic force ties it to life is fading, and it seems to be on the verge of dissipating. But it will just go ahead and make an attack against Stix, the source of this spell. With a 19 to hit you. Stix is a moonbeam concentration.
I assume it is. Oh, I should have been making con saves.
I believe you've only been hit once, so make me a con save now. And we'll just retcon the damage if you fail.
Yeah, concentration for 1 minute. Yeah. Come on, baby.
Oh, that's not what you want to see. So unfortunately, on the last turn...
You know, I have a +5 to Constitution saving throws, and I've never passed one. Ever.
You passed a few last session to stave off exhaustion.
That's a good point. Never mind, I have passed one.
So, unfortunately, we go back in time a little bit as the damage is undone and the Spectre is not burned by ghostly flames. And yeah, it's a 19 to hit you, Stix.
Yeah, 19 hits, and it makes me...
Yeah, and that is another Constitution save from you. You take 7 damage this time. This is not a crit. And you pass your Constitution save.
Oh, thank God. So another 7 damage. Oh, I've looked better. I've looked better.
That's everything on the Spectre's turn. I missed Neo, so he'll go now. He is just going to take 2 swipes at... actually, what's he going to do? Neo is an intelligent boy, and he will push through the group to flank this Spectre with Stix. He does take an attack of opportunity from... which hits... deals 9 damage, but he wants advantage on... which is a good thing he got advantage because that first one hits and the second one hits. So I'll do the first, what's that is? 14, that's 20. Yeah, so Neo strikes into this Spectre from behind, dealing 20 damage over his 2 strikes, and this smoky essence that forms this ghost is just pulled away, and it just sort of dissipates off as it dies. That's everything on his turn. And up next we would be the Spectre, but I did it in the wrong order, so we go back to Klari.
Attack the red one.
Yeah. For 9 misses.
Yeah, try not to.
Go for it. 21, that does hit. So your offhand attack. Roll damage. So that's 2 piercing damage from the offhand attack. But you do get your sneak attack on this.
Oh gosh, of course I do.
You get sneak attack once per turn, so
Yeah, thank you for reminding me.
that's alright.
Um,
So that is 20 damage overall. Oh no, not again.
Oh,
This thing has,
How is it 20 damage?
because it's the dagger attack, because it's an offhand attack, doesn't have its modifier, so it's
Okay.
only 2.
Fair enough.
So it's 2 plus 18 rather than. But it's more complicated than it's worth setting up an offhand attack so you can roll it. So, yeah. So this thing is barely clinging. It sort of dodges or like parries one of Clary's stabs, and again the other one comes in, stabbing right into its side, and it sort of drives it to its knees. And these sort of glowing, sort of green fire in its eyes that's sort of dims for a second and flickers, and then it sort of raises its head and looks up and just stands up. It's just about clinging to life. And then we will go to the dragon skeleton's turn. Can everyone make a dexterity saving throw?
you're all getting a +4
Oh.
because I'm a nice guy.
And Neo will pass.
24.
Arwen will pass.
Are you sure?
Stix will pass.
no pressure.
And Chloe will pass. So everyone takes 9 acid damage as this thing reels back and opens its draconic skull-like jaw, and from within this just green cloud out across the room over all of you. Actually, the blue guy will need to make a dex check as well. He fails, so he takes the full. So the blue one still sort of celebrating being out of its coffin, like I can finally join the fight. Just also gets hit full in the face by this acid.
Can I absorb elements at
Yeah.
second level?
Yeah, you can. Does second level give you any additional benefits?
Something.
You get extra damage. Yeah, you can cast absorb elements.
Cool.
So blue takes the full 18. Everyone else takes 9. Clary, you take nothing, having passed a dex save because of your
Guys,
evasion.
in trouble. I'm in trouble.
How you
Which
looking
one?
next?
That the
The red one.
one? The red one did that.
Mhm.
Oh fuck! I can all do that.
So
Oh,
2.
oh no!
Yes, you do 2d6 on your next turn.
That's rogues for you.
Yeah, like you got a giant monster thing.
It's still all the skeletons go.
Oh, okay.
So this one is going to move up 5, 10, 15. Clary, roll a d6 for me. 1, 2, Clary, 3, 4, Arwen, 4, 5, Stix. Actually, roll 2d6 and we'll split out the attacks.
2d6.
Yeah. So 1, 2, Clary, 3, 4, Arwen, 4, 5, Stix.
Oh, that was on
So
me.
the first one is going against Arwen, the second one is going against Clary. So Arwen, that's an 11 to hit you.
No.
Also make a Constitution saving throw for your Hunter's Mark.
Yes, because I did get hit, didn't I?
And then the one against Clary, the second attack has advantage. So that is a 22 to hit you, Clary.
That would hit.
Fuck.
So your Hunter's Mark fades, unfortunately, Arwen. That's the wrong dice. I better not roll a d20 for damage. So Clary, you take 15 bludgeoning damage as this massive like club comes down and smacks you across the back.
So see, Kari has uncanny dodge, she can take half.
Yeah, you can reduce that to half.
Higher number.
Go down. So, for example, it's
15
a
half to 17. After half
To
to 7,
7.
sorry. Yes, 15 half to 17. I'm a cruel DM. And I don't do math good. Yeah, actually 15 halved to 7.
Hit the lower number.
Yeah.
Alright. So it's Blue's turn. Stix, roll 2d 6 for me again, and we'll see where purple goes. 1, 2, Arwen, 3, 4, Stix, 5, 6, Neo. Okay, so...
I did it on Chantal.
So, the first attack goes against Neo. That is a 15, which just hits him. And Neo takes from this long arm reaches out, and you can see this arm is really long. It hangs almost down to its knees, and so it can reach across the gap and almost catches Neo off guard with how far it can reach. Neo takes 10 slashing damage from this claw as it reaches out, and he just sort of staggers back and then sort of looks down at this like cut wound on its arm, and it seems to be sort of pulsing green, and this green sort of spreads up his arm, and Neo just sort of freezes and chokes for a second and then falls to the ground unconscious.
I can't even go anywhere because I'll get 2 attacks of opportunity.
That's a good unconscious symbol. I don't know.
Broken heart.
I usually go with the one that you've got the hunter's mark on.
Yeah.
That one. The one you've got. Oh wait, no, yeah, that is the same thing.
I'll go for the one with the little heart in chains.
Oh god.
Neo is unconscious. And the purple then spins around, and again with this club, it seems to have reach on it, so it goes for Arwen, and that is a 19 to hit you, Arwen.
Oh, yes.
So that is 2d8.
Double hair poke.
So that is 9 bludgeoning damage to you.
3 left.
Oh,
1,
oh my god.
3 on you.
Pardon?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I'm on 3.
Yeah, so that is everything they can do on their turn. Arwen, you've got your friends around you. Neo's just hit the floor. One of these skeletons is looking properly ragged. It's barely standing. It's got shattered bones, sort of barely holding it together. This blue one is sort of the bones of it. It's looking hurt, but not like on death's door. You know, the bones have been sort of sprayed by acid and sort of pitted and melted in places.
I'll just say real quick, don't worry, I got Neo.
Okay. Can I borrow a book?
Yeah, which book?
One that has animals in it.
Okay. Have this one because I don't need it anymore.
Okay. I think I don't really remember.
CR1 quarter.
No, I want my fire thing.
You want your fire thing?
Yeah.
That I made a sheet for you for, remember?
Yes, I don't have to actually look for animals. I can just... Come on. Right, okay.
And
Sorry.
I also brought that book down. So.
Oh, it's taking 5 million years to load, but...
So your wildfire spirit
Yes.
from your druid class, which is under D for druid.
Says it. Hold on. I need to remember things. Does that?
As an action, you can spend a use of your wild shape. No, not that one.
Yeah, I think it is a
You can
wild
cast
shape.
Find Familiar. Yeah, to cast Find.
I don't think I can.
Yeah, it's a use of your wild shape.
Ugh, don't do that. That's the... Yeah, it's down there.
No, that's what I'm looking for. On the spirit, you can summon a primal spirit bound to your soul. As an action, you expend one use of your wild shape feature to summon your wildfire spirit rather than assuming a beast form. Spirit appears in an unoccupied space of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you. Each creature within 10 feet of the spirit other than you, when it appears, must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take, against your spell save DC, or take 2d6 fire damage. The spirit is friendly to you and companions obey you command, blah blah blah. There's a stat block which I've made a sheet for. In combat, the spirit shares your initiative count, but takes its turn immediately after yours.
Yeah.
Okay, so the spirit will go immediately after you.
Okay, so I'm going to put it...
The only action it takes on its turn is a dodge action unless you take a bonus action on your turn to command it to take another action.
This is my animal.
And you're making it appear there?
Yeah, that's why it's there.
Okay. Are you sure?
Why would I not be sure?
Because when you summon it, it deals damage in a radius. It's up to you.
Oh! Wait, what radius?
10 feet. Which you would know, but you haven't used this very frequently, so...
I've never used this.
You've used it once.
I have used it once.
And I will give you this book.
I'm putting it here. Oh gosh, I've split it into 50 million pieces. Bloop. Bloop. Okay, it's going there.
Right. Hold on, let me see if I can do something clever.
It's fine, it's gonna stay there. Or it's all good. Okay. Is that an action? That is an action, isn't it?
No, I can't do anything clever. Yes, so it's your action to expend your wild shape to summon it.
Yeah.
You can use a bonus action to command it. And if you don't use your bonus action to command it, it will only take the dodge action.
Okay. I'm just going to tell it to attack the purple one.
Okay.
And then...
So the purple one has to make a dex save, which is a 10, so I'm assuming that fails. So roll 2d6 fire damage for me.
2d6.
Yeah. Four, 6. Yeah. But it's finally taking some damage, that one. It takes 4 fire damage.
And then it's this one's go.
Yeah, and then it takes its turn.
Flame seed.
Yeah, so what form has this taken, this spirit of
Like
yours?
a little fox.
So it's like a little fox, okay? Yeah, so like a little fiery... So you see Arwen sort of concentrate for a minute and then sort of almost like this light from the sky and this explosion of fire outwards. This little fiery fox form appears on the ground and then sort of shoots fire out of it at the... how does this attack sort of look, describe the...
Oh, it just dives for it.
So it's
fiery.
more like a physical sort of like biting and clawing at it. Okay. So yeah, 20 hits. So roll damage.
How do I do this?
I think you just click on the word attack or on the word flame seed. There you go.
8 fire.
8 fire damage. Okay. Anything else on your turn?
No.
Alrighty then. Stix.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
We can't hear you, Ben. Have you muted yourself?
Yes, I did. I was sneezing a lot. Alright, bonus action. Misty Step. over here.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use 9 of my lay on hands on Neo. So Neo now has 9 HP.
Okay. He goes up to 9 HP.
And then I am out of spell slots. And then that's all I can do. So then with my movement, I'm just going to run back here real quick.
Okay.
No. I'm not. I'm going to instead put myself... Oh, that's a really stupid idea because I'm so badly hurt. I'm just going to stay here, just in case Neo gets hurt again.
Okay.
Or whatever.
Alright. Neo's turn. So, he will not really think about his own injuries too much. He'll run in and take the flanking advantage with the Wildfire Spirit. Come on, Neo. Oh, that's close, but he does just hit. And so then I need I think it's all the D8 on Divine Smite, is that right, Ben?
Probably. Yes.
Yeah,
Depends on them.
I think it's all the D8.
All
So he needs a second level Divine Smite, and that is 10, 21, plus his damage is 6, so 27, 30. So Neo rushes up with the first strike while this thing is sort of reacting and turning to the spawning of this fire spirit behind it. The bones of it sort of slightly blacken. Neo strikes in glaive, glowing with energy. Just like this, there's almost like a xylophone effect as he goes all down the back of its ribs. It does 30 damage to it. And then the second attack, which also has advantage, will miss. So after doing this heavy strike and channeling this radiant energy, Neo almost half-heartedly makes a second strike. It's sort of like just clunks against the side of the ribs, but there's no enough force to deal any damage. He sort of flags a little bit.
Ow.
And then kind of thinking things through and sensing, oh no, he's just used that spell slot, he can't do that. Never mind, he just used his second level Divine Smite, so he can't use that spell. He could cast it, but he's now out of spell slots of that level, so he can't cast it. Never mind. I was going to have him Misty Step away, but he's out of second levels. And yeah, that's everything he can do. So we go to the Spectres, but they are dead. So we go to Klari. Okay, Klari, you've got one heavily injured draconic skeleton on one side of you. There's a red one slightly injured one on the other side. What would you like to do? You're sort of pincered between the two of them.
I'm gonna attack. Was it the blue one next to me?
The blue one is the healthier one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. Main attack on that one.
25, that definitely hits.
Well, can I get... I didn't pay attention. Yes.
Yeah, you can get sneak attack on that. Arwen is within 5 feet of both of them. $21. So yeah, Klari sort of spinning around from one target to the other, having just previously attacked Red on the previous turn, turns around and quick movements with the knife, sort of feints up and then cuts low and stabs this thing, with aiming for one of its sort of weak, exposed, bony joints. It's 21 damage.
I didn't think this through. Can I do my offhand attack on a different target, or does it have to be the same?
Yeah, you don't have to attack the same target. You can attack anyone within 5 feet of you. You could do it on Arwen if you wanted, but I doubt that's your target of choice.
It's a fair Arwen.
Just saying.
I will use my offhand on the red one.
Yeah, go for it.
Or not.
9 unfortunately misses.
If I'm gonna end my turn there.
Okay. So, the skeletons. So, we'll start with red. Klari, roll a d4 for me. 1, 2, Klari, 3, 4, Arwen. Actually, sorry, roll 2d4 because you've got 2 attacks. So, first one is against Klari. And the second one is against Arwen. First one has advantage. So that is a 21 to hit you, Klari.
Yeah.
And you take 11 slashing damage and 1 poison damage. As these claws slash out, and you can see there's this sort of green, like mold, almost as it sort of slashes down towards you. They've sort of decayed over time. This wound sort of burns slightly with the poison damage as it rakes across you.
How does uncanny dodge work?
You can dodge the physical damage, so I believe it's just the piercing damage, Ben.
What's this? Just one attack. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can pick which type of damage from the attack it does.
I mean, all the damage is from one attack.
Yeah, but if that attack types of damage,
so it's
you
12 damage in total. But some of it is slashing, and some of it is poison. And I don't know how uncanny dodge works with things like poison and necrotic and stuff like that.
Reading it just says when an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to halve the attack's damage against you. So,
okay, so
theoretically,
12 damage for that attack, so you can halve the whole thing to 6. I suppose it doesn't matter in this instance, because if you only halved the slashing, it would go to 5 plus 1, which would be 6 anyway. But that's a rare example. Okay, so you take 6 damage from that, and then the second one against Arwen doesn't have advantage. That's 22 though to hit you, Arwen. And you take 11 bludgeoning damage from this great club as it swings down on you. We'll go to blue. Arwen, can you do the same thing? Roll 2d4 for me and we'll see where blue attacks. Again, 1, 2, Klari, 3, 4, Arwen. So again, first one against Klari with advantage. Yeah, so that's a 23 to hit. You take, this time it's 10 slashing damage and 4 poison damage. And then the second one is Arwen. That is an 8 to hit you, Arwen.
Nope.
So that one misses. So after slashing at Klari, it tries to bring this sort of great club across, but it's almost like it's dragging on the floor and gets caught on some of this rubble from these broken out things, and it can't quite lift it and raise it on you in time. And then purple. He's going to do one attack against the spirit, and then one attack against Neo. Stix, can you roll me 2d4 this time? See which ones go where.
2d4.
3, 4. Okay, so first one is against the spirit. That's going to be an 18 to hit.
Yeah.
So your wildfire spirit takes, not that one, takes. That is 10 slashing damage and 10 poison damage.
What was even the point? My poor fox child.
What's the HP of the poor fox child?
15.
15. Unfortunately, it rolled very high on damage. It was 1 off max damage for that stack. And then the other one against Neo is going to miss. So, again, sort of slashes out. Does it have any immunities to any damage types? Just fire. Okay. Just double checking. Sorry. Just trying to keep it alive. Okay. And so that's everything on their turn. We go back to Arwen.
Oh!
Who are you hitting?
Red one.
Red one, okay.
No, I'm going to go blue first, actually.
Okay, roll damage.
I can do both,
blue.
can't I?
Yeah, you've got 2 attacks, you can hit both. One-handed,
And then
as always. So it's 9 damage.
that one. And...
I don't think you're going to get Hunter's Mark.
No, I'm not. But I've still got the acid damage. Because I have...
Just double check that one. Is that one a concentration spell when you cast it?
No.
Or is that something?
I just absorb it. It's just a reaction.
No? Okay, no, that's fine. I'm just double checking because I don't quite know how they work.
2d6.
Just into a smite is all, so 2d6. So that's 15 plus 8 is 23, which is maths. Oh yeah, so 23 damage. So, and you come in spinning after receiving a couple of blows, turn around, and with the power embodied by the death of your dispersal of your cute firefox friend, slash down, the acid damage coming out in a nice glowing green, sort of splashes over this thing, and the bones just start sort of sizzling and melting, and it just collapses to the ground.
Oh, 10 might hit.
And the 10 misses, unfortunately. Is that everything on your turn?
I am... No, that's it. Yeah.
You sure?
No, I was looking at order. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, it's fine.
Okay.
I'll be fine.
Stix, your turn.
Alright.
Don't worry, I was not reading that.
I have no options but to do this, unfortunately. 5, 10, 15, 20. To move over this thing, is that anything, or...?
Yeah, so they've burst out sort of like the fronts of these, so just make this is sort of like a sort of 4 or 5 foot high thing, so just make a quick athletics check to just move across it, see if you stumble or anything like that. Nah, see, it's like sliding over the bonnet of a car. You like put one hand down, like kick up your leg and just slide across it.
That's something you do.
Love it.
Yeah, because I'm really cool like that.
Absolutely.
Thank God I got advantage!
21. That'll hit. Roll me some damage.
This is one-handed, as I have thrown just sort of thrown my torch on the ground.
Yeah.
Pull. And kershwing, motherfucker.
Hold on one moment. because 12 damage as you slide around the back and like just grab your feet and just stab with his thrust. The first attack stabbing through and causes these bones to just sort of shudder, and then they all clatter to the ground, lifeless. The green light glowing in the eyes just fading.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I should be seeing.
Get up, idiot! Good focus. Oh fuck. That's
fine. Alright. Okay, is that everything on your turn, Stix?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, so Neo will 5, 10, 15, just get around here and make 2 attacks. Oh, that'll hit, and it dies because it's only got 1 HP left. It's a 1 HP for 3 rounds. So I'm not gonna bother rolling damage. So Neo like sort of runs in, sort of looking a bit sort of cut up and bruised after briefly being knocked unconscious, but sort of like pivots around Klari and just comes in with this strike. And you sort of, as all these things are sort of happening simultaneously, sort of Arwen slashing at it, Klari slashing at it, sort of backwards and forwards between the two. Neo just comes in, takes the advantage, his opening just neatly just decapitates through the bony neck and just, and the whole bone just collapses to the ground again. And after all of that,
We
just
kind of kick ass, guys.
silence just permeates the room. And the other sound of your breathing fills the air.
I would like to point out that I didn't want to come in here.
I did.
Fair enough. I'm so badly hurt. I have no spell slots left.
Neo will
No
use
chance.
the last of his
No
own
land.
hands on himself to give himself 5. And then he'll use the last of his spell slots to give everyone 1 cure wounds. So, from the top, we've got. That's not a deal. We've got Stix, you get 8. Klari, you get 8. Arwen, that's cocked. Arwen, you get 4.
I thought we were friends, Neo.
He tries.
Well, I'll heal myself then.
Alright.
I officially have 12 HP.
So,
Oh, but I only have 32 max HP. Oh.
Just in case I forget, that only lasts until a long rest. Just in case I forget
Okay.
for next session.
I
would you
figured.
like some health sticks?
Yes, please.
Cure wounds.
Boy.
Second level.
Where's all this been?
Huh?
Jesus Christ! Where's all this healing been hiding? I've
Well,
been
now I
dying
have
of it.
0 spell slots.
I think everyone is out of spell slots. Neo's got nothing, Arwen's got nothing, Stix has got nothing.
Yeah. I got no spell slots, no allowed hands, no channel divinity. I have got nothing but my sword arm. And
Maybe we should take a breath.
I think advisable. Wait, like, how long into the day are we? Like,
So, you guys, the first thing you guys did was get up and fight the Horde Mimic.
Yes.
As you investigated the cave, you then sort of progressed a little bit and came across the shadows. You progressed a little bit further. You spent a long time on the door, killed the ghost, spent a little bit more time exploring. So you're probably not much beyond sort of. Although you did go to bed late after having travelled for a few more hours, you probably ended up getting up around midday. So it's probably only a couple of hours into the afternoon, around 2ish. By the time you sort of travelled for an additional sort of 3 hours and then bedded down, took a long rest would have woken you up late.
Do you get any HP for a short rest?
You can roll hit dice on a short rest.
Oh, okay. How do you get hit dice back?
You gain half of your expended, or half of your total hit dice back on a long rest.
Okay.
So you have 7 hit dice, so you'll get 3 back on a long rest.
Okay, cool. So I just have to take 2 long rests to get
All 7.
all of them back.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you don't expend any more. Yeah. So
I
what do
have
you
a
guys like to
feeling-
do? You're in a room with corpses. There's several sort of exploded open coffins, these stone coffins where these things are punched out, which you can easily get inside. 2 of them are still sealed.
Let's get inside them and have a nap.
I think that none of us are really in a position to keep fighting, but I know there's more rooms down here, and I don't really want to enter a room and then get ambushed like we did and have them like mess us up.
Yeah.
So
You can always see what's inside and then run away. Says Neo.
I mean, we could do this like.
I mean, I feel pretty safe to an extent in this room.
Yeah, I think I would feel safer in the other. Oh no, that room had like a really crappy door, didn't it?
This one has.
Okay,
We can.
here's what.
This one has one of those lowering stone doors.
Yeah. Okay, here's what I'm thinking, right? I'm gonna grab the bodies, and if anyone fancies helping me, I'm gonna move all the bodies of these things into the small room down here. Because I don't trust that they're not gonna wake up again. I do not trust it.
Well, the spectres have gone. But
I do not like it.
I do not like it now.
I don't.
Do not like
Why are Abraham green? That is not. No.
I do not like
That's so
green dragon thing skeletons.
Exactly. I
Okay.
do not like them.
So you drag them all. I mean, these things are a pile of bones, so you're just effectively collecting handfuls of bones at this point and just
Yep.
sort of depositing them. Like that one looks like a skull, and that one's like a bit of a rib cage, and just sort of depositing. And
First
some of them
thing
have
you
been.
learn at school is to hit the pile of bones. Now we've hit the pile of bones, but they never tell you what to do afterwards.
Okay.
What does Hugo eat? Is he like a dog?
You might. I mean, you might like chew on a bone if you want to give him a bone.
I'm just wondering.
You know, maybe. Like lizards, sort of like lizards will like kind of eat bones when they consume, or like snakes will just consume everything, won't they? So, but bones in and of themselves aren't necessarily food.
Just a fun toy.
So,
Objective second. I'm going to have one of my healing lemsips
okay.
that I had ages ago. Could you remind me what they do?
Yeah, so they are like a standard healing potion. So it's 2d4 plus 2. But they'll take a little bit of time because it's like this bundle of like sort of dried herbs like crushed up into a small brick. So you have to sort of mix it with some water and stuff. So it's quite slow to take, but you can do that and it'll give you a little boost.
I see. Well, I'm going to do that. And then, what's that? 2d4 plus 2?
2d4 plus 2, yeah.
Boom.
6 HP.
But wing. 6 HP. Cool. That's pretty good. And unless... Did anyone want to do anything before bed? Because I was
Do you wanna have a
there
look
just
around?
going to stop the door.
There are 4 busted open. Yeah, again, you can easily see that there's like a lever beside the door, so you can seal it up or like shut it from the inside.
I'll look around this room, but
Yeah.
nowhere else.
Okay, you're going to investigate the room.
Yeah.
Is anyone going to help? Anyone helping Arwen, or
Yeah.
a couple of you can roll individually, or someone can roll with advantage? If
I am working on a way of stopping the door from opening from the other side.
okay,
So I'm doing that.
yeah. So either Klari or Arwen roll with advantage, or you can roll individually if you'd prefer.
What's your investigation?
+2.
Harry's got +3.
You go.
Okay, so Klari roll with advantage. $12. Okay, so with these, flip. What is the word? Coffins, sarcophagi, tombs, whatever you want to call them, being busted open. It doesn't take much to sort of sift through the rubble and things like that. And you find a small amount of items glittering on the inside. And so again, you find that each of these 4 that has been busted open, you sort of take the time to pick through, and again, they're much emptier as well, having the physical skeletons having come out. But you do find each one was laid to rest with a small amount of gold, and that's covered, and a dagger. So you find 67 gold between them, and
Gold.
67 gold between this is just between the first 4. The 2 that the spectres came out of will need a strength check to open before you look inside.
I will help you open it. I will not be taking what's inside.
Okay. And one of these daggers you see, the one from this sarcophagus here, is still in very good condition. The other 3 that you found have rusted and tarnished over time. Sort of the grips on them, the leather grips have deteriorated into almost nothing, and things like that. But the one of them is still in almost pristine condition, and that includes the sort of the little guard that comes with it is a small sort of enamel. It's a wooden guard, but it's sort of enameled in this nice sort of teal blue color.
No. Fine. I probably won't reach that far away.
So yeah, okay. So Stix, you've made an athletics check to open. So yeah, so you're able to shift. These lids are much smaller and much lighter. The others, so yeah, you're easily able to just shove open the lids and sort of pivot them around so they don't fall on the floor. And again, you see that there are 2 similar skeletons inside, but for whatever reason, these 2 rose as ghostly spectres rather than physical skeletons.
Okay. Swear to God, if they rose up then and they were like, roll initiative again. That 67 gold, by the way, is for you guys. I ain't touching it. Some dead gold.
Do you want to half it? Or
Not good.
No, Clary doesn't really want any either.
Okay.
Plus, she feels bad. Maybe fine now that she's got rich.
Are you rich now?
Yeah, remember Clary got a ton of platinum, 300 platinum.
Oh shit, yeah. Oh fine.
wait, why? When was that?
And she sold those stone tablet things.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Who's taking the dagger?
I
Oh.
am also gonna stay out of that. I'm just staying out of all this undead business.
Does anyone else want the dagger?
No, you can have it.
Yeah, you use daggers.
Clary does use a lot of daggers. Yeah, take the dagger.
Oh, that's like you've got this like armory of daggers beneath your coat. So it's like, oh shit, it's an ice thing. Hold on, I've got a dagger of fire somewhere in here.
What kind of dagger was it?
What's the dagger called?
It's just a dagger, but it's still got this regular whereas the other three that you've found so far have this, are rusted and tarnished. This is this very very nice, very ornate. There is a sort of a blue sapphire set into the hilt, and the scabbard is sort of covered in this blue enamel. If anyone wants, they can make an Arcana check for me.
Oh,
yeah, you got like +3. Might as well give it a go.
No.
Oh,
No,
that's sad.
Clary's a bit tired. She can't quite pick out anything she remembers about sort of weapons like this at the moment.
Well, don't get this checked out. We'll go and see about that dagger as well. JJ, I was going to ask, can I essentially make a contraption where, so I've got 50 foot of rope.
Yeah.
Can I tie that rope around the lever and then round one of these sarcophagi, so that, like, obviously nothing can open it from the other side? Because I'm assuming if it opens from the other side, the lever on our side ticks across.
So make make an Arcana check for me to investigate sort of the door and the contraption and things like that. 9.
Shit.
So you think that you notice that the handle is sort of still in the up position on your side, and you're like, okay, yeah, if I tie something around it and then maybe like loop it over a point in the ceiling and then tie it, then yeah, nothing. If the door lowers, then or if the door, if someone tries to open the door, then the handle won't be able to move.
Exactly.
But at the moment, the handle is up and the door is down.
So I will pull the lever and shut the door.
Pull the lever.
Pull the lever. Crunk.
There's like a clonk as you pull the lever down, and it just sort of stays down, but the door doesn't move.
Shit! I broke the door. Fuck. Okay. In that case, Clary, do you think you can set one of your alarms on the very edge of the, like, way over there?
Oh, and when you had to open that first door, the handle was also up, and when you pulled it down, the door came down. So Stix has now pulled this handle from the up position to the down position as well, and the door was already down.
But that is...
Wait, so now do I have to push the handle back up again?
Yeah, but even if they got in from the outside, it would still mean the lever will still be up, because the lever was up when we came in. So it doesn't matter, technically.
Yeah.
If they're trying to get in from outside.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Alright. Well, yeah, if you set up an alarm, and then can I get some lids of these sarcophagus and try and put up against the door, so that if anything tries to come in, it's going to have to like knock them over, which is obviously going to be quite loud, and I'm assuming pretty heavy.
So you sort of place two of them sort of like either side, so they're like half leaning against the wall and half leaning against the door. So if the door lowers, they'll still remain standing, or are you leaning like one against the door, so if the door goes down, it then sort of just falls down on whoever's on the other side of the door?
The second one.
Okay, so you lean one against the door, and if the door lowers, then it'll...
Yeah.
Okay, it'll fall forward on whoever's outside. Okay.
Yes. That'll be not only loud for us to wake up, but also might disrupt them a little bit, and give us enough time to get up and grab swords and stuff.
Okay.
I'm going to put an audible alarm here.
Yeah. So you set your alarm spell. I'll draw a little or you can draw a little thing on the map just so we remember for next time. And then you've still got two. You've got two open, but you haven't investigated them yet. Sarcophagi or coffins or whatever you, if you want to investigate the last two that Stix has opened and then sort of gone, not doing anything. And then we'll wrap up. 13. Drawing.
It's meant to be a bell. It doesn't look like a bell. It looks like a blank.
Yeah, it does a little
A
bit.
lovely bell.
Okay.
There we go.
So Arwen has investigated. I'm guessing that Stix is not going to investigate the last two open things, so you can roll investigation.
I think I'm probably more busy with just sort of
Yeah.
making sure that the door's all propped up. Good.
Mm-hmm. So you can roll investigation as well if you like, Klari, or Arwen's already rolled, so it could be a straight roll for you. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, so you get the 13. So Arwen, you find in and amongst the and scattered around the bones, you just find 80 gold. You don't find anything else.
It's good enough for me.
So you guys set your alarms, you set your traps. I'm assuming once Klari's back in the Stix, you raise the handle to you raise the lever, and the door rises up, sealing you guys inside. In the darkness.
Oh God.
There is no light
Oh,
in here.
God.
You know, you guys are only able to see by the dim light of your dark vision.
I will light another torch.
Okay, you light a torch.
I don't know how long torches last, but I'm sure they can last probably long enough for us to fall asleep.
Yeah, so...
Oh wait, no, I got produce flame. I'm just gonna sit there with produce flame in my hand.
Okay. That will only work while you're awake, and because it's casting a spell, then you'd have to sort of cast it over and over again or concentrate on it the whole time. You couldn't rest while having produce flame out.
I will take the first watch, and while on my watch I'll keep it up, and then whoever else can just take torches from my pack, or from their own pack if they have them.
Okay. Well, we shall pick that up next time then, at the beginning of your rests. Find out what happens.
Excellent. Still got room. We still got places to go, son.
We'll find out what happens to you all in
Place is
of Neogin next week.